Hello, I'm Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash.
Saturday, the September 26th. Got us a few turkeys here. Thursday evening. On the road.
And belly crawled about 80 yards to the farthest tree right at the twinkle of daylight. The satellite bulls were both 6 points, and this big monster 5. Just antlers, and you could hear them, but there was no daylight. It was dark. I couldn't see them. It was dark. And sure enough, the cows came, and then the big body, and then the antlers, and I took my safety off, put my finger near the trigger, watched his antlers, but he was just another 6 point.
And I saw 21 elk here in this corner.
How close were you to a 6 point?
20 yards. 20 yards.
20 yards.
Yeah, it was a fun night. 2 bulls right on top of me, but neither were shooters.
Okay.
So they were bugling like crazy, giving quite a show.
How many elk did you guys have around you?
16.
Is that right?
3 bulls and one of them was a dandy.
Coming right at me. Well, she kind of veered off a little bit and went right on the other side of this log, which is no farther from me to you.
Mm-hmm.
She went right on the other side of the log. Well, here comes this 6 point bull. He's a nice bull. And I see him following her. But he's going to head her off because he thinks she's going back in the trees or something.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I look, and here he comes. I said, no. And my knees are not good anyhow. So I'm like this, and I'm hanging on to a couple of branches here on this little tree. And I look out the side of my, oh my goodness, and here he comes. You know, he's wanting that cow back out in the park. He don't want her to go back in the tree. And there I am. I thought, oh my goodness, I'm dead. You know, he's going to realize that I'm not what's supposed to be there, and he's just going to ram me. But he goes right on around, and just and around the log, gathers that cow up and back out there. Oh my goodness, thank you, Lord. Oh.
He went and stuck his head in that thing, and about that time old Roscoe come out of that thing, and he turned and run, and he was running. He didn't stop for 100 yards. He was wanting to look over his shoulder to see what was behind him, but he couldn't do it. He just was running. Because he had heard them bear stories and just knew that he had been had. Yep.
All I had was a 22, like semi-automatic, and the javelina come out, and I just was going right next to it. Pop, 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 pop. Javelina kept going.
The other guy said, Dirk, crawl up there and kick that lion out of the tree, you know, so we can run him again. These dogs need a little more time, you know. So Dirk crawls up the backside of a big old bushy cedar tree. and gets him a stick about that long. Well, the lion's watching, all the dogs are barking and raising the heck out there, you know.
Yeah.
Dirk crawls up the backside of it there with a little stick, you know. And that lion's watching there, and his tails are going like that, and Dirk takes that stick and crack on that lion's tail, and that old lion just reversed. And Dirk just cut loose. Yeah. It's a wonder it didn't break his back. He fell right on the rock, and then he couldn't walk for 3 weeks, you know.
And by 5:30 we had 3 different bulls in the same meadow, and there was the bull of the woods, and he was running them off, and he had a bunch of cows, and he ended up taking all the cows from those other bulls. He was the man.
There's Cord in the background there. He's tending to the fire. That boy can eat, I've noticed.
Yes, sir.
Okay, it's the morning of the 27th here.
The good news is 40 yards from a bull just killing a tree and raking leaves, branches popping, twigs snapping. I could hear his breath.
How many elk did you see there, Steve?
There's at least 26, 28, and there's an elk right behind you on that road. If you'll turn their camera around, I don't know if that's a bull or not.
Well, it's hard to just get anything done around here, you know.
Yeah, problems.
Problems all the time.
But, you know, he wanted to be in on the show.
Yeah, okay.
We can't even take a break to video, doggone it, without seeing another mature bull.
And we're into all kinds of elk with 4 or 5 different bulls screaming around every angle on us. And we walked up to a fence line and got out there and saw a nice 6-point bull. He had several cows with her. And he ran off a little bit, and then he turned around and walked right back to us, got within 75 yards, and scraped a tree for us. He showed off a little bit, and we sure did appreciate that. So.
Monday morning, the 28th. I've had probably 4 or 5 bulls out in this area making a lot of racket. Bob just found a way to crawl under the fence. A lot of people go over the fence. I go under the fence. So what's the plan tonight there, Steve?
Get the monster.
Okay.
Mr. Big's bigger.
How
Biggest.
Biggest? Okay.
You betcha.
How big a one did Amy want?
She said shoot the first thing with antlers or don't come home without horns, is what she said.
Okay.
She said quit messing around.
Bad.